Watched by a pair of wise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and rating the grain, rekindling the flame. Close as she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and what a win last night by the Thunder. Sorry about that. Had to give Ace the rest of the leftovers. What a great win by the Thunder last night. Loved what I saw from them. Man, they came on and did everything they needed to do. Loved what I saw from them. Did everything they needed to do to get a W. And, of course, if you guys didn't see the game, of course, LeBron broke the NBA all-time leading scorer, became the all-time leading scorer. But, ironically, my guy Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com had said that he was going to break it, but it was going to be in the third quarter, which is just, he's been ridiculous the last week. 50-something and 17 on his picks. It's just been just insane. And, of course, my guy Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry, has been benefiting from I Don't Gamble on the other side. I like going to the casino, but I don't really gamble. So, I have not been able to benefit from him and what he's been doing the last year. But he's just been on a crazy run last night. But the Thunder improved to 26-28 last night, beating the Lakers 133-130. The Lakers falling to 25-30, and it's ironic. LeBron scored his 38th point in the third quarter, never scored again in the fourth. Came at the end, with a hurt foot, whatever. I mean, we were at the Boot last night. Over on 110 South May, really basically Reno and May. It's the corner of Reno and May. That's where it is. And we were there last night, and we want to thank Woody from Born in November and Chad Corey for the invite for us to come out and actually go live. And what we did last night, we actually went live during the Thunder game. We did not do a post-game show because we were doing the game live there at the Boot. And let me give those guys a little love. It's in my other one. It's not in this one. But anyway, it's 110 South May. And in my After the Storm, I have it over there. I do not have it on this particular show. So I need to make sure that when I update, I do them both when I do my updates. But anyway, the Thunder did great last night. The Lakers were 14 for 34 from three-point line, 57% from the field, 41 rebounds, 62 pips, and 20 turnovers. And we actually got them to turn them over last night, which was great for us. Oklahoma City, 17 of 34 from three, which, we were stroking it last night. And that's the way we shot the first half of the game against Golden State, except we just couldn't finish it off. 52% from the field and 37 rebounds, 52 pips, points in the paint, and only 12 turnovers. And every time I tell you, when the Thunder are taking care of the basketball and not turning the ball over, it is fantastic what they can do. So I was excited about that and just enjoying the game, and especially with all the people that were there last night as well, enjoying the Thunder W. So that was good. Congratulations to the Thunder. And then now when you look at the AFC, I got football on my mind already, and we're not even there yet. When you look at the AFC, the NBA West standings, you can see right now the Nuggets are still atop 38-17. The Grizzlies are right there at 33-21. The Kings are right there, even though Drew thinks that they will take a drop after the break, after the All Star break. He thinks that the Kings will come down to earth. I, however, do not have had them picked from the first couple weeks of the season watching them play. I said these kids can really do something, and I think that we're at the same boat. We're just giving away too many games because we don't. We need that extra guy. And the thing also that I like about last night is that Josh had 2 points in the first half against the Warriors when they went on that 36-12 run against us midway through the 7 minutes to go. Remember, I talked about it yesterday. The fact that the coach SGA got up off the bench. It was 46-42. He got off the bench with 7 minutes to go. He sat him back down, and they went on a 36-12 run because SGA could feel just like I did. I'm like, oh, man, come on. A run is coming. And as a head coach, you should know what a run is coming instead of going, oh, well, this is, that's why friends of mine call him M&M, the minutes manager, because that's what he does. He's a great, he can manage those minutes out the wazoo. But it's time that we make a turn. And we are making that turn as a team. And right now, you can see we are 11th at 26-28. And I promise you, we've lost 2 games. You go back and think about the games we lost. We lost 2 games to the Rockets. The Rockets have 13 wins, 2 of them against us. We lost a game against the Heat that we should not have lost. We lost a game at the Celtics that we should have beat them. We should have beat the Milwaukee Bucks. For sure, we should have won that game. So that's 5 victories right there. And you look at the Thunder then are 30-38. Look at where they are. If you take away that game, okay, take away those 5 games, the Thunder will be 31-20. What's that? 31-23. Look where they're at. You can't tell me coaching matters. Coaching doesn't matter. Coaching matters. It really does. And I think our coach is a nice guy. I think he's a great G League coach. I think he was fantastic for what we were trying to do at that time. And what was that? That was to transition, to get draft picks. We knew we were going to lose, but we're trying to get draft picks. And that's fine. That's over. Now our team is transitioning to a winning basketball team. He's not the guy. It's like, when the Golden State Warriors got rid of Mark Jackson. They had 50 wins, and they got rid of him. Why? Because the team was needing a new voice. The team was trying to make a turn. The team was trying to go to the next level. He is not the guy to take us to the next level. He was a nice transition guy. I have no issues with what he done. But now we're at the point where you need somebody who understands when a run is coming, you got to put your best player in the cut. Now, when your best player understands that and feels that and gets up off the bench, but because you didn't tell him to, you sit him back down, and that team goes on a 36-12 run from that point on. Now, I'm not trying to be mean. You can go back and look at the tape yourself. You can go back and watch stuff yourself. It's obvious. He is a minutes manager. He's very good at that. But as far as understanding the flows and the ebbs of the game, the Hawks game, the Heat game that I was so angry at. And since that game, SGA has been on a tear. We went out, remember, we beat the crap out of Philadelphia. Why? They're going to win in spite of him, not because of. You need somebody out there who makes the right decisions. Now, all of a sudden, you're playing Jay Will all the time. Why the hell weren't you playing Jay Will the whole season? What is he showing you now that he hadn't had all year long? You're paying Baisley, and he's got, dude, play. The guy is doing well. The group that you have in there running is what? You have SGA, Josh, Wiggins, J Will, J Dub, K Will, and who else am I missing? Man and Joe. Those are your 8. Then you get Poku and you get Robinson Earl back. That's your 10. And then, of course, when the playoffs come, you got to cut it to 8. But that's your 10 right there. Now you're going to have to make some hard decisions next year. Who do I let go of? Now, I already know who I want to let go of, but that's just me. And we'll talk about that after the season. But that's where you're at with the Thunder. And it's time that we make a decision and make a move. And I think the guy's great. But like I said, the end of this year, he's going to cost us 8 victories, 10 victories. That's a huge point. I mean, the Thunder, if you're up and you're playing bottom teams, you can do that. You can win games. But when you're at the bottom and you got to go to like I said, we match up with Memphis really well. But when they get Steven Adams back, that's going to be they're a different animal when Steven Adams comes back because you got that inside presence, that rebound, which we do not have. They have shooters, which we do not have. Now you go back, we're gonna have these games where the guys get hot and they shoot. Sure, you're gonna have those, but for the most part, it's about when you take the shots. And when the Thunder are taking shots when they're 2, 3, 4 feet behind the 3 point line, you can look at their percentage. It's terrible. But when they're at the 3 point line, they're a much better shooting team. But you've got certain guys who are going to shoot the ball, and that's it. Give the ball to SJ. Myself and Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com. We were on the phone. We were doing the broadcast live, and it was the Thunder were up 11 with a minute something to go, and he goes, "This game." I go, "No, it's not. They're going to trap him. They're going to make everybody else beat us." And that's the problem with the Thunder. When you're up 6 points with 50 seconds left and you lose, or 5 points with 50 seconds left and you lose the game, you could have lost that one very easily last night. Because what are they going to do? They're going to take the ball out of SGA's hands, and they're going to force Josh and them to make plays. And Josh is trying to make bounce passes. No, Josh, at the end of the game, either SGA shoots or you shoot. And if one of y'all can't shoot, then fine, you pass the ball to a wide open person. You don't try to make bounce passes through the lane. I mean, turn the ball over. Lakers turned the ball over 3 times in a row. We didn't capitalize. So, anyway, I'm done with my rant. Let's get into the NBA scores right now because I'm all fired up today. So I'm gonna get into my NBA scores. Last night, the Knicks 102, the Magic 98. I don't know if anybody watched that game simply because I think everybody was watching the Lakers and the Thunder last night. The Hawks 107, the Pelicans 116. Drew and I talked about that yesterday, how we thought that the Pelicans are going to have to come out and get a W, and we didn't know exactly what the Hawks were going to offer at that particular moment. The Suns 116, the Nets 112. We knew that the Nets were going to come out, they were going to battle, and they were going to play hard. There's rumors that nobody wants to go to the Nets games because Kevin Durant's out and Kyrie's out. And it's just like Oklahoma City Thunder. How many people would go if we had Westbrook gone and Kevin Durant gone in the season? I mean, who's going to go? It's like you can come up with other things to do. But anyway, you've got to do what you got to do. But Drew and I did call that game that we thought it would be closer. Hey, Drew, what's up, big dog?
Oh, what's happening, man?
Hey, man, just going over our NBA scores right now. Just got past the Suns and the Nets.
Joined a little late. LeBron's performance last night made me physically sick. So I had to lay in bed holding my stomach today.
Yeah, I talked about how you had called the fact that he was going to figure that out by the end of the third quarter.
I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid on that beat. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid on that BS we watched last night.
Yeah, well,
that's a bunch of junk.
Well, that's what I was saying is that you said he would score those by the end of the third quarter, and you were right. And then he did not score the whole fourth quarter, and then stepped off with his foot hurt or whatever.
Shot one time, limped around, took his shoes off, and lost a very important game for the Lakers.
Needed it. Yeah, I went over.
I don't want to hear him whining at the end of the year when they missed the playoffs by one game. I don't want to hear any of it about how he's a killer and loves to win and this and that. You can throw that out the window.
Yep. And now I did see an interesting thing today. Well, let's go. We'll talk about that at the end. But anyway, the Bulls.
If your foot was well enough to score 38 points in a little less than 22 minutes on the floor, then you were well enough to finish the game.
You would think. Well, but remember the Thunder were up 11 at that point. But we're going to talk about it in a minute. The Bulls and the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies handled their business at home. Against the Bulls.
Yeah, surprising result there. I mean, the Bulls scored 89 points. I think I don't have the
score. Yeah, it was 89. 104, 89.
Yeah, that was a bad performance for the Bulls. That they kind of laid a clunker. They averaged about 118 a game.
Yeah, that was a bad loss. Of course, the T-Wolves and the Nuggets. Oh my God, dude.
God.
Oh,
they were down 48 at one time.
Yeah, 146 to 112. That is just
in true transparency, HuskerDrewPicks.com had the T-Wolves.
Well, that's one of your few losses, so we're not going to blame you for
Yeah.
that one. So, and then, of course, you went 50-50 on the Thunder and the Lakers, 133-130, because you had the over, but you did have the Lakers -6.
Yeah, and you know what? We talked about it too, Matt. The over was the bet. The
Yep.
over was the bet. Should have had everything on the over. You knew they were going to live on the free throw line. You knew LeBron was going to get his points. And I also had the over, LeBron over 32.5 points last night. Vegas didn't think he was going to get the record last night.
That was crazy. How do you not think he was going to do that?
I don't know. I read a deal, because they play the Bucks the next game, and Kareem's first team was with the Bucks. So they were thinking maybe they'd do it at home and be all sentimental about him playing with the Bucks and him breaking the record against the Bucks and all that stuff. So I don't know. I thought that was kind of comical because I had no doubt that LeBron was going to get the record.
I didn't either. I had no. Plus, those guys spending $74,000, and everybody was there. I mean, Jay-Z, Denzel. I mean, everybody.
I tell you who wasn't there, Matt. Anthony Davis. That's
no,
who wasn't there.
Oh, I was going to talk to you about that. They did that. Did you see his after-game press conference?
Yeah, I'm
Drew,
you
need to go back and watch it.
I was so mad.
Drew, you need to go back and watch it. Something's up. Because you and I were talking about it during the game. That dude, is he just passive? It's just he's going for LeBron, and then fourth quarter he doesn't do anything. You and I both thought he would take over, and the Lakers would just start to truck the Thunder. Didn't happen at all.
You think there's any possibility they're gonna? There's any possibility they're gonna trade him?
Yep, I think he understands that he's on the trading block. And he knows that LeBron approved him that it was okay with LeBron for them to trade him. I think he knows that.
Wow.
And I think he's like, really?
Well, I wouldn't be that disappointed. I really wouldn't be that disappointed, man. He can't stay healthy. You can't count on him.
But LeBron is his boy, though, in his mind. Why are you doing me like that?
LeBron's not going to be there but for another year. I mean, LeBron's got one more year, then he's going to go play with Bronny, wherever that is. And the Lakers are going to be back. But you know what? They're not going to be any worse than they are right now.
No, they're not. 13th. No, they're not.
So,
but it's just so. But that's why if you go back and I started looking at the deal, he wasn't really over jovial for LeBron breaking.
Nope.
I mean, dude. Nope. So I think he got word that the Lakers are looking at shopping him, and LeBron approved it. And he's like, really?
Do you do a deal with Brooklyn and trade AD to Brooklyn for KD?
They're not going to do that.
Boy, you know what?
I would.
You never know. You never know.
I mean,
you throw AD and Westbrook and a pick for KD.
Yep. Or both your picks.
I don't know. I'd do both of them. I'd have to keep one of them maybe, but I'd throw somebody else in the mix.
Well, because remember, if LeBron leaves after a year, you still got 2 years of KD left, and then you got a chance to get people will come play with KD before LeBron.
Sure,
that's to be clearly. Clearly, that's the case. More people want to play with him.
That'd be something else. That'd be a blockbuster.
Yeah, but when you go back and look at it, Drew, because I heard that today, I went back and I looked, and I was like, well, Drew and I had a completely different take. We thought he was just like being passive because it was LeBron. He was just allowing LeBron his moment, but dude, he didn't jump up. He wasn't cheering.
No.
His deal afterwards was like,
and
whatever.
He's usually aggressive.
Yep.
He's aggressive going to the hole, and he puts his back to the basket and does that spin move. He wasn't doing any of that.
Yep.
He was trying not to get hurt.
Yep, and Muscala was killing him.
Yep, and you can't get killed by Muscala.
No, you can't. But let's face it, they were, Muscala was moving, and every time SGA drives, Muscala finds that open spot where SGA can see him.
Goodness.
And
are you really gonna put Muscala up on a pedestal?
No, that's not what I said. No,
okay.
I'm saying
I get that he's your guy, and he's
Drew. I'm saying all year long, all year long, they play great together. So you can come up with your nonsense all you want to, but I'm saying he slides and moves open, and he plays very well with SGA. With Josh Nimmon again, he not so much. With SGA 10s, they double him, and SGA said, "Okay, well if y'all gonna double me, let me get my guy."
He played great last night.
Oh, dude, he played fantastic. He played fantastic last night. But hey, you need to. He scored 2 points the first quarter. Oh, he killed him. Well, you see that behind the back he put on Westbrook last night? I was like, even the crowd goes, ooh. But in L.A., they appreciate basketball. They know whether you can play or not.
Well, I'm watching Jeannie Buss last night, and she's all giddy, because LeBron breaks a record, and they lose. And I'm sorry. I mean, we live in Oklahoma City, and I think the Thunder got a good young team, but you just lost to one of the worst teams. They're 12th in the West in a game that you had to win, and there shouldn't be any smiling on there. I mean, I get it. LeBron broke the record, but I don't know. It's to me, it's his career in a nutshell.
Last night was about the record. It wasn't about the win and the loss. It was about the record. That's what the whole thing was about.
Which it needs to be about the win and the loss.
No, I understand that, but that one game last night was strictly about that. But I'm with you right there. The Lakers.
But to me, it took some of the air out of the balloon because you got beat.
Yeah, but nobody cares about it. They didn't say one thing about that. Nobody said anything about the loss.
And that's the lack of response by this Laker organization and by this Laker team that they have put winning on the back burner.
But you know what?
Completely.
I'm just saying the national media, both of them, they all said the same thing. I was listening to Colin. He's talking about, LeBron did this, and he was the best player on the court, even though the kid, he goes, even though that guy from Oklahoma City. I said, you mean SGA, who had 30? You mean him who was killing the Lakers all night long? You mean that guy who killed the Lakers all night long?
Let's not go into LeBron had one rebound. He's 6'10". He had one rebound, and he shot 10 free throws in the first half of the game. I mean, I don't know. We can everybody can go back and forth. I'm biased. I don't think LeBron cares about winning anymore. I think it's all about
the
personal
records.
Accolades.
He wants to be the greatest player of all time, and he wants look at my numbers. That's what he wants to say.
Yeah, and you're not going to be the best player of all time if you don't win championships, and he's not going to win another championship.
Dude, it's just so frustrating to me. Like these kids I was talking to last night, they're like, oh, well, LeBron will never be a Laker, no matter what. He goes, he's going to play another. I said, LeBron's not playing 4 or 5 years. He's not going to retire as a Laker. They're not going to retire number 6. I said, you're high. Yeah, I said, if you're a true Laker fan, there's no way you can say that guy belongs up in the rafters with the Lakers, with the other Laker greats. You're high.
I got in a Twitter argument with this guy last night. He was talking about, I just wish he was in a Cavs uniform when he broke it. And I go, you can have him.
You can have him.
You can have it when he goes to the Hall of Fame. Go ahead and put him in a Cavs uniform because I don't want him in a Laker uniform in the Hall of Fame.
He's not going to be in a Laker uniform.
He didn't earn it.
And I was trying to tell these kids last night, I go, listen, the Lakers are totally different. The Celtics and the Lakers are different. These other teams are vying for people.
Yeah.
The Lakers have one statue. They got the big fella, and they're going to have Kobe statue. Those are the only 2 statues that belong there. Probably Magic.
And Magic.
Those
Magic's
3.
Got one out front.
Yeah, Magic, Kareem, and Kobe, right? That's it.
And Kobe's is coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those 3. Other than that, no, I'm out. I mean,
I might put Big Game James out there eventually.
No, I love James. No. Not in that level.
He's top 50 NBA player.
Drew, not there. Baylor. Not when you get a statue. No.
Yeah, I know.
Statues are pretty limited on who you. It's not like it's like OU when you go look at their, look at their deal where they have all the whatever. I mean, when I look at that, I see 2 people who were Heismans. The rest of them are like, you got lucky, or 3.
Steve Owens, you got Billy Sims and
you got Sims, you got Steve Owens, you got Steve Owens, you got Billy Sims, you got Vessels
Sam
back
Bradford.
in the day. Sam
Jason
Bradford was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason White,
Jason White should not have won it. That should have went to Larry Fitzgerald. He was the best player in college football.
I'd almost have a statue of Adrian Peterson before.
Oh, no doubt.
Baker Mayfield.
I mean, to me, but you know what? It's like Oklahoma State. You should only have 2 statues out there. Thurman and Barry. That's it. That's it. Nobody else.
And maybe Leslie O'Neal.
Leslie was a beast. Love me some Leslie. Love me some Leslie. But I'm just saying.
Dexter Manley wouldn't have gotten all that trouble. He could have one too.
Yeah, Dex, that was my boy, dude. The only person that outdo me in tickets. And we would just look at the campus police like, why are you writing me a ticket? I'm not paying that. What are you doing, dude? Not paying that. Dude.
Dexter didn't know what the thing said anyway. But
yeah, it was a bad deal. But, Drew, my thing is this, is that, the Lakers are they made a smite run, and yes, KD would make a difference. Are they trying to do something? Yes, but are they trying to mortgage their future, knowing that LeBron is going to be gone? Then what?
Yeah.
Then we have no
I mean,
picks, no players, no nothing.
I think it could happen, Matt. I
Yeah.
mean, I think they could move him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. AD, I don't have it, but that made sense why his whole body language, the way he was, but it's like, look, he moved off D Wade, and D Wade was his boy. That was his dog, and he was like, I'm out, and bounced on D Wade. Didn't even tell him, Drew, just left. So yeah,
it'll be true comedy if they do move it. I want to hear Barkley's reaction because he'll absolutely just clown. It'll be funny.
Yeah, but I just think the Lakers got to do what they got to do. But at the same time, you can't sell the farm because LeBron is leaving, and to me, I'm out on that 100%. But you and I also
if they move AD and get a KD, I mean
that's different.
LeBron would be ecstatic.
That's different. Because then if LeBron leaves to go play with his son in 2 years, then you got KD. And then you can build around KD because like LeBron said, is it me? Yeah, boy, it's you. Nobody wants to come play with you, LeBron.
Yes.
Nobody wants to play with you. Yeah, it's you. It is you. So but anyway, Drew, how about let's we're all fired up. What about Big 12 last night? TCU got killed by K-State last night in Big 12 action.
HuskerDrewPicks.com. There we go.
Well, we'll get there in a minute, but we're talking about just talk about the game. I mean,
we talked about it yesterday. TCU is missing a couple guys, and then those guys, if you don't go into the octagon up there healthy, K-State will throw that D on you.
Yep.
And they're a sneaky Sweet 16 team right there, Matt. Defense wins in the tournament. And I tell you what, they can shoot it a little bit. They got a good point guard. They're tough inside. They play good defense. I mean, they're a tough little squad.
Yep. And I think, what do you think? They're a 3 or 4 seed.
Game for your reunion to go to.
What do you think? They're a 3 or 4 seed? Do you think?
Probably a 4, maybe a 5 even. Just kind of depends how they finish the rest of the year. They got a pretty tough schedule, which all the Big 12 teams do. So I think the committee's going to award them pretty strong, and you may see them get a lower seed but an easier bracket, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, you and I talked about that from the simple fact that the Big 12 did so well in the SEC Challenge, going 7-3.
Yep.
Okay,
so you may see them throw them in there with some West Coast teams. Maybe throw K-State as a 5 out on the West Coast, but have them in there with some teams they can beat.
Yep. And then you've got tonight, man. You've got some games tonight. You've got Iowa State at West Virginia, which Iowa State, they need this win. That's going to be a lot tougher than what they think going into Morgantown.
I'm waffling back and forth on that game. I'm leaning West Virginia, but I could easily be talked into Iowa State. Iowa State's got a squad, but that's a tough place to play.
How many are they giving? They're
getting 3.
Ooh. That gives a lot of props to West Virginia considering where they were at the beginning of the year.
Well, and what we say yesterday when we were on air, I said it'd be a short number. It would scare me because Iowa State catching a short number, that just tells you Vegas probably thinks they're going to win. Yeah, but they're trying to even out some money and have West Virginia at home playing that short number. But we'll see. Well, it's going to be a good game, I think.
Yep, and then Tech is coming to Stillwater tonight. I'm going to try to go to that game. When I get done this evening, I'm going to try to go to Stillwater tonight, watch Tech at OSU at 7.
Yeah,
I noticed your HuskerDrewPicks.com did not take that OSU game. I know that.
Well, I don't. Avery Anderson being out scares me.
Okay,
I'm going to see how they. I mean, I know that they played without him against Kansas State, but now they got a little bit on tape. I think teams are going to make. I think you're going to see a little matchup zone. They're going to make Oklahoma State shoot the 3, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Bryce Thompson's going to have to step up big time.
Yeah, and right now we've got Oklahoma State. What are they doing here? Oklahoma State is -5.5, and that seems high.
That's a lot.
So
I like our boys. That's a lot, though, Drew. But I do want to go to Eskimo Joe's.
Must win, though, for Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Right? Must win to make the tournament.
Yep. And then OU at Baylor. Man, that's a tall order for them, don't you think, Drew?
Yeah, it's gonna get ugly. I got Baylor big in that game. I like the over in that game too.
Yeah,
OU's not playing any defense, and Baylor's getting healthy, and Baylor can play their way into a 2 or 3 seed.
very easily. Very easily. From where they started to where they are, they're one of the hottest
Yep.
teams in the NCAA right now. So, that
Yep.
being said, we're going to take a quick break and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. I want to thank them for their 2-minute fix of my issue that I had spent 6 or
You
7
mean you
hours
mean
working
plug
on.
it in? Hey, plug it in,
No,
Matt. Just plug
unplug
the
it.
thing in.
No, unplug it. Unplug it, not plug it in. Unplug it. Hey, something's wrong with your wiring, by the way. So I got to go get me a new, connection from my router directly in. So yeah, that was terrible. I felt stupid. Fortunately, I don't think they laughed. Well, they didn't laugh to my face. I'm sure they laughed behind my back, and I would at people too. SRB and my guy Mark Long feeling pretty good last night. He was there, Drew, and tried to get him on air, but he wouldn't come on air with us. His wife did. We got
Why
Maya
not?
on.
Why not?
Maya came on. He
I
didn't
know.
want to get on air with us. He's like, yeah, no, I'm out. But if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, he is the guy for that. And of course, Jose Fierro at Oak Grove Trucking. Hey, Drew.
Thanks for my shirt.
Drew, he was supposed to come in. He texted me, he goes, are you at the boot? Yeah, he goes, okay, I'm on my way. He texted me again at 12 o'clock. Hey, man, you still there? No, man, I'm gone,
Yeah.
man. I'm gone. But if you have any rocks, heavy rocks or dirt to be moved, he is the guy. Greg and Max Nafee want to thank them for having my back like they always do. And last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank makes things happen.
Yes, they do. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC. Also, the sponsor for us to do our remote live stream broadcasts for black, minority, and women owned businesses. And we did one last night at a minority owned business last night. So we want to thank them for that. By the way, Drew, I thought that went good. Our first live broadcast of a live game. I thought that went pretty good.
I wish I could have been there in person, but the family kind of took over last night. I wouldn't have got home till late, and Mama wasn't having it.
Yeah, no, she wasn't. And you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go in and see our guys if you want.
Yeah, go in there and see the Horn Man. Go check him out. Check out Carson. See Carson, I didn't forget about you. Nathan Taylor. At what time? It's 2:30. You might be able to catch Ken. Might be able to catch Ken in there.
You're brutal, man. Ken Hess is going to be all over you on that one, bro. He's going to be all over you on that one. But,
I keep trying to take him to happy hour, and he never wants to go with me, but he'll go with the commander. So we'll see.
Hey, Drew, he goes with me, bro.
Oh, it's okay. That makes
that's a huge D. He goes with me, not you. Oh man, that is too funny. Then of course now we got to talk about you. What are you now? 50, what was it? We said 51-17 now or something crazy?
50-17-1.
50-17-1.
7 days of action. And just to be transparent, I didn't put Saturday on there, and Saturday I ended up 1 game on Saturday, but I just left it off since it was a wash. But yeah, I mean, been on a heater. You put together 3 or 4 nights of 8-1 and 7-1 and 6-2, and it if you're playing the system, then you can make some money.
Yep, you can. Of course, now NBA action tonight. You got the Blazers -2 tonight. The Trailblazers.
Yeah, Golden State's due for a clunker. They're still Golden State on the road.
Yes, they are.
I think Clay might have used all his shots up against Oklahoma City.
Oh my God!
Portland's lost a couple tight ones. They usually play Golden State pretty tough, and they've got the guards. They can kind of match up with them. And Curry being out, I don't know. It's kind of just a feel. I look for Portland to play well tonight.
Yeah. Then of course you have the Cavs. You got them, Drew, -11. That's a huge number, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're that team they're playing is not very good. Detroit's they're in the running for the 7-3 sweepstakes.
Yeah, Wembanyama,
Yeah.
I should say. Then of course the Spurs and the Raptors. So you're saying the Spurs are going to get spanked over 232, and you think the Raptors are going to score all the points? That's what you're saying right there, Drew.
Yeah, the Spurs don't play any defense. I mean, zero
Yeah.
defense. So the number kind of scares me because the Spurs have burned me a few times this year on the spread, but the overs normally always hit. So
Yeah, it is. And then, of course, the Sixers and the Celtics. Yeah, that's going to be, you think that's going to be the old East physical, whoever the last man standing is the survivor, taking the under at 224.5.
yeah, a division matchup. I think the Celtics. They're going to throw the defense on the Sixers, and an MB is going to control the lane. It just seems like a lot. 224 points. I think that's what it is, Matt. I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but 224 points seems like a lot. I look at that game to be a 10, 106, 101, 105, 100, something like that.
Yeah, I just think that's going to be just one of them old fashioned, let's beat each other up type of games. Then, of course, Wichita State -2. You still like those Shockers,
Yeah,
don't you? You like those
I like the
Shockers.
Shockers at home. They played Houston tough there. And they're still they don't really have any hopes for a tourney bid, but they would gladly accept an NIT bid and have a home game. So I think that Wichita State they'll play with a little fire tonight. And like I said, the Shocker Dome's a tough place to play.
Yeah, it
So
is. Beautiful facility too. Love that place. West Virginia -2. So you're all about it, man.
yeah, I'm just taking the home team. I'm taking that team that's played pretty well at home, and I'm also going with the trend in the Big 12 right now is these upper echelon teams are struggling on the road and getting beat up by some of these teams trying to make the tournament. So
Exactly. Well, I don't know if West Virginia
I
is
like
actually
West
going to make it
Virginia
though.
because West Virginia. Well, I think it's going to come down. I think West Virginia or Oklahoma State, one of them is going to be odd man out.
Yep. OU Baylor over 140. Man, that's a lot of points, Drew.
Yeah, I think Baylor's going to score 80 though, so we'll see.
So you think OU can score 40? I mean 60?
Yeah, they should be able to. I mean, you would think so.
Yeah, you
But
would, wouldn't you?
but again, Baylor's getting healthy. They're getting some guards back. They're starting to play together. I was actually looking at the first half over in that game. I may play a little on that. So
Okay, then last but not least, you got Creighton and Seton Hall over 140.5.
yeah, Creighton averages about 75, 78 points a game, and they're starting to get it together too. They're another team that you don't want to see in the first or second round of that tournament. They're senior laden team. They shoot the ball well. Not a big believer in Seton Hall. I caught a little bit of their game against St. John's, and they really didn't impress me. And if they don't guard better, they do against St. John's, and Creighton will light them up.
Yep. And plus our guy Trey Alexander's been playing really, really good
Yeah.
too. So
And the big boy for Creighton's good too. That kid, if he doesn't go out last year against Kansas not in the finals.
Yep, I agree with that. Yeah, because they were giving them all. He was giving them all they wanted. There's no doubt about that. But you know what, Drew? Sometimes in the tournament, you got to be lucky. You know what I mean?
It's a war of attrition.
Yeah, it is. You got to get lucky.
North Carolina, who I don't even want to talk about today, but I will just because. But you know what I will. North Carolina last year, just to finish that thought, is Baycott going down cost in the game. He went out in the second half, and KU did what they wanted in the paint, and ended up erasing a 16-point deficit.
But Drew, in that game though, KU did what they're supposed to do: attack the paint. I mean, that's what they did. They attacked the paint.
But Carolina's in trouble. Last night they go down 28 on the road to Wake Forest, which
what
is
they
were down 28, and they come back in the second half, got it all the way down to 5, and I think they had a little come to Jesus meeting in the locker room after the game. I caught some of the players' excerpts, and one of my favorite games of the weekend will be Clemson going to North Carolina, and it's a must-win for Carolina to make the tournament.
Yeah,
they have to win that game.
They've got to win a game, and because right now this is that time of year, Drew. We're at this last 2 weeks is everything. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at their schedule here, and North Carolina has home games against Clemson, who is right now in first place. In the ACC. You got Duke is a home game, the last game of the year. Virginia, number 8 in the country, coming into Chapel Hill, and then they finish. Let me see here. Hold on just a second, Matt. I know I looked at this last one. So you got Miami, number 19, coming in next on Big Monday. Clemson this Saturday. They go at North Carolina State. So there's 3 ranked teams in a row.
Right there.
And then they at Notre Dame, number 8 Virginia comes in, and then Duke comes in. So they need to win their home games. If they can win their home games, they'll secure a seat. If they split those games, they may be in a play-in game.
Yeah, the last thing you want to be is a play-in game, and you got to go against the number 1 team. That's the last thing that you want. I mean, there's just no question about that when we look at it. So, but
on the flip side, if you're a number 1 team, you don't want to see North Carolina in the first game.
No, not the first game, second game. Because that first game is so hard to win, and everything's on the line.
If you're sitting there and you draw an 11 seed, and there's the national runner-up from last year with 4 returning starters, you think you just got the screw job.
Yeah. Now, you know what, Drew? Okay, when I'm looking at, we're going to go back to the NBA West standings, because when I'm sitting there looking at it, the Lakers right now are 25-30. 13 games back.
Terrible.
And the Blazers and the Thunder both are sitting at 26. And, of course, the Thunder play the Blazers Friday night. So that's going to be a huge game for those two to determine because they're fighting back and forth. Then you've got the Jazz, who I think are kind of faltering. But I was never a Utah fan. I mean, they could do it. But the Thunder, I was saying earlier, Drew, they've lost 5 games they shouldn't have lost. They've lost 2 to the Rockets. They lost to Boston at Boston. They lost to the Heat. And they lost to Milwaukee. So quite easily they could be 31-23 right now. 31-23.
I mean, yeah, they could be.
But you know what? He's just now playing, like you and I talked about last night. You're playing SGA, Josh, and then when Dort comes back, you're going to have Dort, J-Dub, J-Will, K-Will, Isaiah Joe, Trey Mann, and who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? But that's your 9 right there. Then you add in.
You're missing.
I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing?
You're missing. What's his? Oh, dang it, Matt.
Yeah, because I said
Wiggins.
Yes, Wiggins is the other guy. Then you're getting ready to come back with Robinson, Earl, and Poku. So what do you do at that point? Then next year you've got the big Chet coming back, plus at least the first round pick that's going to play. So who do you? I mean, you gotta start making some decisions at that point. I mean, don't you?
And even just looking at the West, Matt. I mean, who scares you?
Nobody.
Right now, if you said, I think your favorite in the West right now is Denver and Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas with adding Kyrie. We can do our NBA power poll tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, we can do
but
that.
I'm gonna have Dallas. I'm telling you right now, probably in the top 3.
Yeah, with that Kyrie, you know what we need to do? We need to set up and do a road trip and go watch Kyrie and Luke. Because I don't know when. Let me see.
Let's see when the Thunder play them. I got their schedule pulled up here in front of me. So
they play the Mavericks.
Minnesota, San Antonio. They got the Lakers down there February 25th on a Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
Yep.
That'd be the one to go to.
Well, we play the Mavericks. We play the Lakers again March the 1st as well.
In Oklahoma City.
Yep.
Oklahoma City doesn't play Dallas again this year.
I guess that's right because we split, didn't we? Or they got 3-1, I think is what it was.
They got Golden State down there on a win, but that Laker game in Dallas on the 25th of February, that might be a
game to go to. Yeah, no, because I can't do that.
And we could roll down in the morning and be back.
I won't be because that's the alumni reunion. I'll be in Stilly because we play Kansas State that 1 o'clock that afternoon on Saturday afternoon. Well, I guess I still could roll to Dallas after the game, I guess. But, yeah, I wouldn't want to go down if I can't go and have dinner and hang out and do all the things I normally do. I don't really want to do that. But, Drew, I'm sitting here looking at the West. I mean, other than the Nuggets and the Grizzlies are sitting up top, you still think the Kings are going to fall apart.
Yes.
The Mavericks are only really 1 game out of third place, 4 games out of second,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and the
Well,
Grizzlies
and the King,
until uh,
and this is the Kings schedule coming up. They got Houston
win.
tonight, and then they play Dallas 2 times in a row, Friday and Saturday night in Dallas,
Ooh,
and then they play at Phoenix, and then they play Portland, and then they play the Clippers, and then they're at Oklahoma City 2 nights in a row. So
they could
watch
fall
out.
fast.
The
Ooh.
Kings could drop 5 out of 6
Yeah,
really easily.
if they drop 5 out of 6, they'll be at 9 or 10 in the Thunder. Well, because let me see what the Thunder have. We
And
have
then they're
Portland.
Clippers, Minnesota, New Orleans after that. So
Yeah,
their
we have
next 10
yeah,
games
and
are pretty tough.
The Thunder have Portland Wednesday. I mean Friday. Then two games back to back against the Pelicans and Houston's before the Rockets before the break. So the Thunder could easily
Mm-hmm.
go move up 2 spots or 3 spots easily. But I'm with you, Drew.
Yeah.
They may be in trouble. Then you've got the Suns and the Mavericks moving right up there. I mean, everybody's right there, 3 games apart. I mean, the Thunder are
Yeah.
4 games from third place?
Yeah. Which is kind of what I'm saying is, last night, just to reiterate that was a big loss. I mean,
Yeah.
these wins are going to be few and far between for these teams coming down the stretch. And they're not the eighth place and the 12th place teams are not going to be that far apart.
Well, because, after the All Star break, the Thunder have to go to Utah and then to Phoenix back to back.
Yep.
That's insane, Drew. Back to back games, you open up like that after the break, but a lot of that had to do with nobody expecting the Thunder to be where they were. So they're like, the Thunder, they're trying to lose. Let's just throw games out there. So, but they're already getting to where we feel like they need to be. So let me do, and then I guess High Stick Harry's not coming on today, huh, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, we need his high stick Harry hook.
Yeah, we did.
I
He's
mean,
not there to give. Well, that's tomorrow. That's on Thursdays.
oh yeah,
The
I'm a
hook is
day
on
ahead of
Thursday.
myself.
Now we're gonna drop this off with the Super Bowl coming up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, Patrick Mahomes looks healthy. We still don't know about Jalen Hurts yet. The one guy from the Eagles defensive end was talking trash. I'm just like, man, why do you talk trash to the beast? Why do you poke the
Yeah,
bear, Drew? Leave him alone.
yeah,
Leave him
yeah.
alone.
I get more and more confident as as
The time
as
and
the week goes through. 70% of the money is coming in on Philadelphia, uh, and that just makes me feel more and more confident with that short number.
Yeah, well, my deal is this. The way I look at it, Drew, is Mahomes understands the gravity. He's chasing Brady,
Mm,
okay? And he knows that next year it's going to be tougher because after next year, Cincinnati's got issues because you can't pay Higgins and Chase and Burrow
yep.
and an
Well,
offensive
especially
line.
and they're going to have to spend some money on offensive line.
Yep, and you got to spend that.
They got to keep Burrow upright. If
Yep,
not, it's gonna be a short-lived
especially if it's just him and Chase.
tenure.
Especially if it's just him and Chase. If Chase doesn't have
Yeah.
Higgins on the other side, and so then you got to look at that. Now, Sean Payton, I do believe, is going to make a difference with Russell Wilson.
Oh
I
yeah.
just believe he's going to make a huge difference. I think they're 100%.
They've got a pretty good defense.
Yep.
I mean, if they could just get it together, Jose might be living on cloud nine.
Yep. And then if they get Brian Flores as their defensive coordinator, which it looks like they probably will, that's going to make a huge difference because he's trying to, he can't wait to play anything to do with Miami. He wants them real bad. He wants them real bad. So, but to me, you got to look at who's going to go to Vegas.
Well,
I mean, it's
I'd probably
limited, Drew.
Garoppolo. I think Garoppolo.
Yeah, but is he going to be healthy? Can he stay healthy? Who's going to be your backup?
Well, I mean,
you can't trust him as being healthy.
And where are you saying Carr is going to go?
I think Carr is going to go to New Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a good fit for him.
Or even be a good fit for him would be Carolina. I still think he should go to the Jets, but I don't think he wants anything to do with the AFC. I think he's trying to
Carolina is where dogs go to die. I mean, they just wander off the back porch and walk out in the middle of the country, and they just roll up, curl up.
Oh, ease up, Drew. Ease up, man. Oh my God, ease up, bro.
And that's what the dogs used to do back in the day. And,
oh my God.
I mean, that's what they do. When's the last time Carolina had a quarterback? What is it, Kerry Collins from Penn State?
No, they had our big boy.
That's the last time they won a playoff.
They had the scarf.
Game. 96.
They had the scarf. The
Oh,
Carolina
man.
Panthers.
Yeah.
They had the scarf.
Yeah.
They went to the Super Bowl. They went to the Super Bowl.
I forget about that. Scam Newton.
Yep, the scarf. I still just can't believe he thought that was cool. I'm just like, dude, you're an NFL quarterback representing the NFL team. You can't wear a scarf.
And a jester hat.
Oh, my God, dude. I was like, man, what are you doing? But you know what? His arrogance is what got him out the league. Because the whole thing is this, you can be whatever you want to be, but soon as they don't need you anymore, you're gone. You have no second chances. He should have been playing he still should be playing. He should be making $2 or $3 million as a backup. He still should be getting paid. I mean, he should.
Yeah.
And then,
if Baker Mayfield can play somewhere, Scam Newton can play somewhere.
And, and Baker's going to be there. Baker's going to be all right. He'll make another $15, $20 million.
Baker might be with the Jets.
I don't know if he can do it. I don't know if his hands are so awful small, Drew. I don't know if that cold weather, man. We found that out in Cleveland. I don't know how well he can do it.
And his skin's not very thick.
No, clearly not in New York. He don't want to go there. Oh, my God. New York and Philly, you cannot have thin skin. Or L.A.
LA. He could look around. New Orleans might be a fit for him.
Yeah. He can't. Well, he's already been to Carolina, so that's out. Dude, how about this?
He's working through some teams.
How about Kyler? Nobody wanted to play for.
Yeah, crazy.
They can't get a coach.
Yeah, that's kind of baffling, man.
Dude, you can't get a coach. I mean, you can't get one coach. You've had an open position this long. You can't. Yep. I mean, wow. I'm like, wow. That one baffles me right there. But that just says a lot about Kyler. You got beef with the coach, he left. You didn't like the GM, he left. Now you're getting rid of Hopkins.
That's crazy. Is you had a beef with the coach that brought you to the school you were at,
yeah.
And then
he wanted to get you. He knew you since high school. He wanted you at Tech. They already had drafted a guy the first round of the year before. He gets there, dumps him, and makes you the number one overall pick, and then you have an issue with him. Yep. But you know what, Drew? Don't call your players out in public about their study habits or whatever. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't call people out.
Not your franchise quarterback either.
It's just like, the Eagles calling out Patrick Mahomes. And you made the point. The Eagles hadn't played against anybody.
Nobody.
I mean,
they
played against nobody.
They're going to see the best quarterback in the NFL, and then they're also going to see the best quarterback they've played all
year long. And this is the deal also. So, if he has any of his receivers, if Juju plays, I don't think McCole Hardman.
Juju's playing.
If Juju's playing, what about what's his name? Justin Watson.
Watson's playing. The one they're missing is I can't remember his name, Matt.
Hardman. McCole Hardman.
Yeah, but they brought up off injury reserve the running back from LSU.
Oh, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yep. So that'll give them a little. And you know how Mahomes like those screen passes, and if the Eagles bring that blitz off the corner, watch out.
They're going. The problem with the Eagles is, they're going to have to beat the. They're talking about how great their offensive line was. Well, the Chiefs' offensive line has 3 Pro Bowlers on it. It ain't like they're scrubby first, offensive line or anything. So, but I think it's going to be decided by the Chiefs and the Eagles' interior, offense and defense for both people. Question is, can they stop Chris Jones, and can the Chiefs hold off the Eagles long enough? And the problem with the Eagles is, if you get out of the lane rushing Mahomes, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where every team's getting in trouble. Yeah, you got a great pass rush, but when he gets into the lane or you go by him, you give him a little time, you're in trouble because he's not running. Well,
Yep.
he does, but you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to run unless you just go, let me get 20 yards or let me get 7 yards. You know what I mean? He's not going to run. So I don't get it.
Yeah, I just see everybody loading up on the Eagles, and we've talked about this 1,000 times. I mean, Vegas isn't out there; they don't make big shiny buildings because everybody wins.
Yep,
So
they will.
I think I think the safe bet is the over, but we'll see.
Yep. Well, brother, you missed you last night. Wish you can. We got to go again to the booth. They want us to come back out there again. And so we're
Yeah,
going to have
for
to come
sure,
and join
for sure.
again. And, nice little place, small, about 6 or 7 tables, free pool, which I thought was interesting. Never heard of that, like you and I talked about.
How's their TV set up? Is it
Oh,
something we
man,
could
they
do,
got tons of TVs.
you know
Andrew,
what we need to do? We need to think about maybe doing that for like first round of the tournament.
oh, yeah, for the that just make it an all-day
Get out
deal.
there and do a live at lunch and do a first round. Have all the games up.
Break them up. Yep, they'll have. They
Yep.
should have all that. Yeah, they've got. Let me see. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 or 8 TVs.
We may have to do a listener challenge against HuskerDrewPicks.com.
Yep.
Do a little bar tab challenge.
Yeah, but you know what, Drew? The thing I like about it is more than anything, they actually play the game. It ain't like these other bars where some idiot who doesn't like sports plays on the jukebox. It's like, dude, really? We're watching the game.
Yeah, can't have
play
that.
music?
Don't call yourself a sports bar and not have the game on.
Well, I'm just talking about regular bars like Cats and stuff like that. I hate that.
Rendezvous Pizza.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Cats. That's why I always sit on the patio, because on the patio they play the game out there. So all that music and all of that doesn't affect you. You can sit out there and watch it, but it's got to be warm enough for you to sit out in the patio and you can watch the game out there. And I can smoke my cigars and have my beer, and I'm perfect. So, and Ace will be out there enjoying it this year.
My bet with the Commander is not looking good. I mean,
no, your bet's not looking good with the Commander.
I'm down a game and a half coming in the backstretch.
You know what, Drew? I'm surprised we didn't get a message from the Commander last night. We were on air about the game.
Nothing. I didn't even get a
text message.
Smart-ass comment about. I mean, nothing.
Nothing. Not even today. He didn't even comment today. I mean, what's up? Yeah. He must be with Kent.
Yeah,
he must be with Kent.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, isn't he getting ready to go on vacation? He ready to take off for about a week. Isn't he?
Yeah, next week, next Wednesday.
Next week?
He's heading for the sunshine. His knees must be bothering him.
Hips? You mean his hips?
Yeah, hips, knees, ankles.
Why you
elbows.
Beat up? Hey, you know he's gonna get you for this, bro. You know.
hey, I can say it. I got one of the worst ankles in the world.
That's true. But you know your mama Carolyn's his sister's gonna be telling that you were talking.
Yeah, she does take up for baby brother.
Yeah, she does. She's always over. She's always looked over him, and that's kind of how that's always going to be. So, all right, brother. Well, hey, tomorrow we'll catch up. Do it tomorrow, and then I'll send you your stuff.
Let's get a little power poll tomorrow, and I'm gonna print off some prop bets tonight. We'll have a little fun.
Yeah, we're gonna. You want to do that on Friday, or you want to do that tomorrow? Oh no! Do it. No.
Thursday.
I mean, do it tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gonna be at the at Cutting Up. We're gonna be at the barbershop tomorrow.
Okay.
So do the prop bets tomorrow. So we talk to Chris.
I'll get some props out. I'll send them over to you tonight, and we can go through them. And there's some funny ones on there. It goes from what color the Gatorade gonna be for the winners to how many songs Rihanna's gonna sing.
That's crazy.
There's some funny ones.
That's crazy.
But they say that that this year, $16 billion is going to be wagered by over 50 million Americans on the Super Bowl, which is double. Which was double what it was last year. And they're saying that the access to gambling, and then the used to be kind of how it was looked frowned upon.
It's not. That's gone.
But that's gone.
That's gone.
And so it's going to be. There'll be some. They're saying 50% of the wagers are on prop bets, and not even on the game itself. So
because I know who was talking about Justin Watson was 75-1 that he would be the first person to score a touchdown. It's like that's worth $20.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then just one that I already like is Kansas City is plus 105 at plus 1.5 to win the game, but Patrick Mahomes is plus 130 to win the MVP. So if you think Kansas City's going to win the game, Mahomes is probably going to
be
win
the MVP. Yes.
So you can make more money just betting Mahomes to win the MVP than you can on taking Kansas City.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That is just crazy. The world of gambling, right? All right, brother. Peace out.
Husker Drew picks up Go Big Red.
That's my guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerTruePicks.com. Go check him out. He has been on fire the last week and a half. So, anyway, go check him out. Go make some money.